Outer Rim will work because they're both based on the Outer Rim currently. And the droids, you would probably need mechanics or knowledge core worlds.
I'm gonna roll about to check out the droids.
Okay.
So I'm rolling core worlds.
So what specifically are you looking for? Just information about their make and model, or perhaps this particular droid you may have heard of it before?
Yeah. Which one was the black one is M3XH?
Yes, M3-SH.
Okay. So
That's a military/assassin droid, right? Well, out of character.
Yes, it is a military assassin droid, but it appears to be a 3PO model that's been like blackened.
yeah. So I'm like what an odd-looking protocol droid, and I just kind of bumble over there. Hello, I'm T1B3. You can call me Toby. Oh wait, I need to roll my ante. What's his check?
For this one in particular, it would actually want to be Wind Purple. He's a little famous around here.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, so that's gonna cancel. You're gonna get 2. So you're gonna get some ancillary information about him. You don't know very much about him in particular, but on the recent news reports, you did hear that Commander Zinj, who is the commander of the Iron Fist, the Victory-class Star Destroyer that's in the system you're in and is currently bombarding the planet of Arugula 5 to wipe out the rebels. In the background of some of his shots, this droid has been there. And so...
He was seen on Arugula, or on...
Yes, but also on his Star Destroyer. Like, in press conferences or whenever he's releasing stuff, the droid is, like, in the background doing things in all of them. And so the droid kind of turns toward you and is like, I am M3XH, military protocol droid. Identify yourself more clearly, T1BY.
I'm like, Toby. Just call me Toby. It's, informal type thing, right?
T1BY, please state your purpose in approaching me.
Just thought you had a lovely finish, old boy. You look great.
So it kind of turns away from you and goes back to, like, you can see its eyes, like, zooming in on the crate dragon outside. Compliment acknowledged. Filing for log for superior.
Yes, there we go. Excellent. I, like, turn and
Virgil,
quickly, yeah.
why is your call sign, or your model number T1BY, but you're called Toby again? I thought it had been T0BY.
Well, the O comes from the beginning of 1.
Ah, okay.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked.
So, all right. I'm just curious. I was T0BY.
Nerded.
Would have been Toby, but okay.
Yes, of course all protocol droids have British accents.
But of course.
R2D2 sure as hell did.
Exactly.
I'm actually like a medical droid. It's just that I mean, you can just change the setting. It's just a fucking setting.
Oh, Arthur, can I reset Virgil's modulator?
We're gonna do the Dragon Age Inquisitions change. He's gonna sound like,
hey, everybody. Anybody feeling like they need some healing?
Yeah. And of course, as soon as Dargo is gone, we will establish the fact that all buttons have a French accent.
Yeah.
Sure. We'll go.
what happened to the Dargo voice, by the way? Someone noted that last week, that you're not like, I'm Dargo now.
I started getting sore throats at the end of every episode. It was like talking in that growl was just awful.
If you would like Henrik
the growl for this
week after week.
Fine.
Seriously, Henrik is painful.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
at this point, I'm gonna make my entrance.
All
Are you
right.
still drunk, by the way? Because it's
No.
only been an hour.
No, I
Calf.
I had a very quick detox thanks to Toby.
I just replaced all his blood with new blood.
I got flushed pretty good, you know what I'm saying?
It's like doping, but for alcohol.
But to be fair, if I didn't come to this thing a little buzzed, it would have been wrong. I would have been doing the character wrong. So I am a little buzzed still. Arthur, I arrive wearing a bright blue suit to complement my bright orange skin.
I can see that. What's the style of suit? Is it like 3-piece?
Yeah, it's got a little tiny like vest thing going on there. It's like maybe like a darker blue vest and like a light blue tie to match the rest of the suit.
Last time I described a character in a suit, you started calling him Colonel Sanders, an architect.
Well, yeah, you went for white. Anytime you have a leather suit, I mean, it's Colonel Sanders, man. Like, that's how that shit works, bro.
All right, Mr. Blue. So, yeah, I mean, you come in and absolutely no one gives a shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything else from bounty hunters, But I thought I was doing it fucking up, you know what I'm saying?
Pretty
happy.
Yeah, you know what? I think you
Speaking
enter
of the crime lords,
M3X5 comes over and, like, analyzes you and then turns back towards Great Dragon. You get some acknowledgement there.
speaking of these crime lords,
Yep.
I'm quite interested about Sivothan.
Ah, Tio Bravara.
Tio, Bothan crime lord. Streetwise, you say? What would I be rolling against?
You're part of the intelligence network, so it's only one purple. He's very well known.
Excellent. I think I know who he is.
Okay, so Tio Bravara is one of the most open members of the Bothan intelligence network. He's kind of used as an interface between the Empire and the network. More importantly, he's wanted for a number of crimes in the Empire. Almost all of them are murders, which go unsolved. Anybody who's been a witness against him has also turned up dead. And he's usually charged with those crimes as well. And finally, and this is on the down low, he really, really loves glitter stim. Dude cannot stop doing it.
I give him a wink and nod and the grin. With some cigar in my mouth as per normal.
So he looks you over and is like, "Oh, you are the bounty hunter, Jacques."
Jacques, indeed, mon ami. Indeed. I've heard much about you, Tiho.
So he takes out some, like, black
Teal,
gold powder and sniffs it. "Ah, you know about me. I'd say I know quite a bit more about you, but that's just doing my job."
I would expect nothing less of a man of your status. So tell me, what brings you to this lovely remote part of the galaxy?
So he gestures out the window towards where the Crate Dragon is floating. Like, so the Crate Dragon has not adapted well to zero-G. It's just kind of like floating and then like hitting a wall and bouncing off and floating again. He gestures toward it and turns his body towards the glass. Do you do that as well?
Sure.
So we get like a reverse angled shot of like you guys looking out and you're side by side, and he's just he just keeps like sniffing some powder off the end of his thumb and goes, "Well, you see, I was in the area trying to get some business done. One of my operatives has not reported in some time. You know how that goes. A bounty hunter in the area has not been doing his job. I have not had a single report from him in weeks. He has not brought a single bounty in. He is, from what I hear, he helped cause a war on the nearby planet, Irregular 5. What was his name again?"
Somebody has been doing terrible things, it seems. That is no good. His name, I'm afraid I cannot help you with that.
That's good, because if I remembered the name of this person who has not been doing that job, I might be forced to do something about it. And I am not the man that you want to know the name of. You don't want me knowing your name.
Yeah, indeed, your reputation does precede you.
Do we understand each other? No name?
Exactly, I think. Just let me know if you have any sort of need of help.
I will
This is
be sending some work your way, I think. I
almost
expect
excellent.
it to get done.
It will. and then I do the super secret Both and Spider Network for fringe thingy so nobody else notices.
Of course, he does it as well.
Which I have no idea what it looks like.
I assume it's some sort of ripple behind the ears.
It almost
take-
looks like a twitch, maybe.
I was thinking that your fur would like ripple into like the Illuminati triangle with an eye.
Yeah, that sounds great, actually.
So,
Totally not
Dargo,
obvious at all.
Yeah.
you've probably, if you're there, who knows if you might be
So-
remote accessing via like one of those iPads stuck on a robot.
So I think Dargo
Teleconferencing.
left the ship and went for a walk.
Okay.
And was gone. He showed up a little bit late to the party, but he is there. And he's probably just staring out at the window at this crate dragon, flailing around, looking for some sort of footing and failing.
Yep.
We should have suggested some kind of rocket pack for the crate dragon, I think. Would have been, yes, quite a shame.
Rocket dragon. Flying dragon, that would probably be...
Flying dragon.
We'll
Sounds
see.
ridiculous, but...
Exactly, it would be a spectacle. Nobody's ever seen a flying dragon. But of course...
I think
probably-
we're actually seeing a flying dragon right now. He's just not
Well, he's
doing
floating.
Yeah.
floating,
If he had a
he's doing-
jetpack, he could fly around.
Yes. Well...
So Dargo is there. He's just keeping to himself and kind of ignoring the VIP events that are going on around him.
So there's a little HoloNet console set in the corner where it's got like updates of recent news.
Yep.
And it's currently set on like a news station, and then the broadcast like fizzles for a moment, and you immediately recognize this like someone's slicing into the HoloNet, which is a pretty. Not only is it extremely hard to do, but it's a pretty severe crime, like the kind that they'll kill your whole family for.
You mean
Okay.
they're hacking the broadcast?
Yes. And it's a rebel commander wearing one of those, like ear-covering tan helmets, and he's just like, as you can see, they're bombing us now! Women, children, villages, all across the southern continent. They've just... And then, like, he points the camera up, and you can see the bottom of a Victory-class Star Destroyer, and a turbo laser blast, like, comes down and hits a hospital, and the hospital just gone.
Can I get any of this recorded?
Yeah. Sure.
Right.
And
Yeah,
the broadcast like keeps crinkling, and you see like an X-wing flying overhead, and then like a turbo laser blast hits it, goes through it, and then keeps going and hits the ground near the person with the camera, and they're blown backwards, and then the broadcast fizzles out, and the news anchor at the desk is like, I apologize for the technical interruption. Apparently there was a prank from some local teenagers. We have word that Commander Zinj is currently overhead right now, wiping out the last of the rebel resistance in a completely humane and utterly imperial doctrinated manner. We're going live to Commander Zinj aboard the Star Destroyer Iron Fist. And then... yeah. There's a
Dargo looks
short
over and
interview
said-
with him. Like the bridge. Yeah, there's like a Star Destroyer bridge, and like no one's doing anything. Everyone's just like doing their job. You don't see anybody like shoot the turbo lasers or anything like that.
Yo, guys, I think someone hacked the feed. Dargo goes back to staring out the window.
Yeah, Dargo, when you say that, Griswold Aurelian Captain comes to like stand up next to you. He's like, "Oh yes, hacking the feed. Whoever would do something like that, Dargo?"
An interesting question. What? It wasn't me.
Yeah, I like.
For
I'm
once,
like,
it wasn't me.
I'm like, must have been Grimscanner, I assume, right? Those are the only two hackers I know.
Yeah, so
only two in
Griswold
the whole
laughs and
galaxy.
he's just
Right,
like,
right.
"Grimscatter, that's just a myth, isn't it? I heard he didn't exist, or that he was Bothan."
Nobody seems to know for sure, it seems. It's an interesting legend. Who knows? We may know someday.
Yes.
And of course, you can't see me grinning.
Yeah,
because
so
my
so
webcam
when you
isn't
say that,
here.
I think that Griswold's looking out towards the crate dragon, also grinning, but you see his reflection on the like transplast mirror, and he's just like, "Yes, it would be very interesting if one day someone was to discover who Grimscatter was and hold him accountable for all his crimes."
Who can say for sure? Well. On for more interesting and immediate questions. How's the betting going for this? What is the odds given to
Oh,
these
the
toy
odds are
hunters?
7-3 in favor of the crate dragon.
It's gonna be a
Interesting.
good show.
Arthur, am I able to approach the lady with the orange eyes, yellow eyes?
Yellow Eyes, Victoria.
If that's Victoria, okay,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I wingman over there when I
Yeah,
see
so
him,
when you approach her, she glances in your direction for a moment and then is just like staring at Griswold. And she doesn't completely acknowledge you, but just says, yes, Mr. Twin Tails, is it?
Oh, I wasn't aware that name has been getting around. Yes, that is me. I have 2 of these things. These leku. 2 of them.
Yes, indeed. I wanted to thank you, by the way.
Oh, I've done something good, have I?
She opens her mouth a few times and just coughs and says, "For a long time, I had trouble doing something very, very important to me. My only child, he just was having trouble adjusting to life outside my spheres, and it was nice to have someone give him a job. And so I'd like to thank you."
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I do a quick facial scan and then like compare it with Kevane's facial features?
Yes.
I immediately
she-
go look at her and like, oh shit.
When you do the facial scan, you pick up traces that she's actually not even human. She's
Wait,
like
Kevane.
a distantly related like race. Very like one of the small species that's just out in the outer rim.
yes, he was a dear friend of mine.
Yes, he told me all about your adventures together and your desperate love for Vader O's.
What can I say? I'm a man who hunts after cereal.
I
I
like brushed some
understand that
Vader
you-
dust off.
I understand that you might have some troubles with Sleot the Hutt.
I
Somewhat.
look around. I look around as she says this and see if anybody else seems to be listening in.
Yeah, so
This is
when she started introducing herself, no one was really listening in, but when she mentioned Sleot the Hutt, pretty much everyone is pretending not to listen in, but they definitely are.
Like everyone shifts uncomfortably in their seat. Like,
Oh,
And then she says
crinkle.
really loudly, she says, "I don't think you'll have to worry about Sleot, Coral. I gave him
Well-
a choice, head or tail. I believe he took the wrong choice." And then
Oh,
she
interesting.
resumes, like, staring at Griswold.
Did you know that Kavan had aspirations
It was
to...
Kevane.
Well, you know what I mean, Arthur. I can't fucking pronounce his fucking name, you mean.
Kevane.
Kavane. There we go. And it's unfortunate that we together couldn't reach what he wanted to do, but I'll think about him all the time.
Yeah. There's already a memorial of him in the ship.
I want to quickly, Arthur, see what happens if, like, I probably normally do like transfers to Sleot for our rent, or
Yeah.
like our. I want to try like a dummy transition, like a fraction of a credit.
So it gets transferred immediately to Victoria Corps, which is wholly owned subsidiary of and CEO'd by Victoria.
Interesting. I like screen capture that and send it to Dargo for this comp pad.
Dargo looks down, and I think at this point he hasn't really been paying attention, but then looks over at kind of the gathering over there. Yeah, I don't know what Dargo does at this point.
So
he's Dargo is
She
probably
sees
not
you
sure
looking
either.
over?
Transfer payment to Sliot, and it's like going and develop, and it just gets switched over and goes to what was it called for?
She meets your eyes, Dargo, and sees, because Griswold's standing right next to you. She just says, "I hope one day soon that everyone involved in my son's death will find punishment. Not, of course, that anything would happen to Sliot. Anything else, that is."
I
Sliot,
just would like you to know that
Sliot not feeling. That is true. He hasn't been I haven't seen him. Wonder was that?
Like it's no matter. He's not one to be missed. Really, he's kind of a big slobby asshole. Anyways, yeah. So it'll be
I'm gonna pick up on that and say, like, oh, I get it.
I like at this point I'll actually hand her a card and be like, oh yes, this is the on here is the sector which we run our business from, and
I already have all of your business information, droid. Don't worry, I'll be sending some new contracts your way shortly. Your failure as information brokers has been noted by my organization. I'm considering sending something more suited to your work.
But look at this lovely party, isn't it nice?
I think she looks around and
There's
just
like 10 people
swirls,
total in the room, right?
yeah, swirls her alcohol and says, "Yes, as I said, your skills are better put elsewhere. Have you ever considered killing men for money?"
Oh yes, all the time, really, but I'm not supposed to speak about it as I'm a droid, get you shut down quite quickly,
Yeah, I feel like someone should put a restraining bolt on you at some point.
That's what they keep saying, every day I hear it. Restraining bolt this, restraining bolt that. Oh yes.
My son was rather fond of you, Toby.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. He was quite a good lad.
I sort of like robotically like turn around and like go to like another lady, like the older one, I guess.
Lady Pella Victus.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Hello, my name is Coral."
So, yeah, she turns towards you, and, like, the light flashes off of her green eyes, and she seems kind of upset for a moment, and then she's like, yes, I am Lady Pella Victus.
A lovely name.
Yes, thank you. I assume that, like everyone else dressed like you are here to tell me how you can solve all of my business problems with your amazing solutions.
Actually, no, I have no idea what your business problems are.
Oh,
To be completely honest with you.
That is so nice.
I would just like to simply talk to someone who doesn't feel like they... talk to someone. How's your day been?
Oh, it has been terrible.
Oh, that's unfortunate
For some
to hear.
reason, I was made to arrive on the shithole of a station to attend some worthless event in order to complete a business transaction, and my business partner did not even show up.
Oh, who was your partner, might I inquire?
How do you say, Commander Zinj.
Arthur, am I supposed to know that name?
It's the name of the guy commanding the Star Destroyer that's bombing the planet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, as far as I can tell, he looks a little busy right now. It's unfortunate he couldn't make it, though. This event is going to go down in history.
Yes.
I like to sort of hint at you. He probably sent his droid to do it.
Are you hinting that at Coral or at Lady Pella Victus?
At Coral, as Coral's actually talking to her. I haven't introduced myself.
Okay.
Sort of like,
It's like, have you met everyone in the party yet?
The party, no.
Would you like me to introduce you to everyone?
No, thank you. Perhaps we can just continue speaking between ourselves.
That sounds perfectly fine. To be honest with you, it's kind of stressful. I mean, this is my first real big event, so I'm hoping everything goes well.
It is a terrible shithole. You have done a horrible job.
Location aside, the actual event itself might be very entertaining.
You did not even set up appetizers based on both race and dietary restrictions.
I look over at like a fucking like egg smatter and some fucking like ham sandwiches or whatever, and it's just like, and I was
Bowl of
like,
bacon.
I was assumed, I was told by, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. It was not my job to arrange this part, but I'm very
It looks like whoever
maybe
bought and laid this out was some sort of teenager wanting to eat bantha jerky.
I think Cavane was actually supposed to set all that
yes,
stuff up.
let us not speak ill of the. He did the best he could. It was his first time.
I want to make.
Would
my
you like
way
me to arrange you some sort of dietary requirements?
I do not think that you could put together something for my particular taste in short notice.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
I thank you for trying, however. It is nice to have someone attempt to do something for you while not attempting to get either in your pants or your wallet.
You know what? I'm 100% in agreement with you. The amount of time someone has tried to fuck me is outrageous.
So, she reacts very slightly, but she does smile just a little bit, and then... Indeed, you do seem to be relatively attractive for a Twi'lek.
Madam, are you coming on to me?
No, I'm not into that sort of thing.
Thank God, because that would have made this really awkward.
Is
I like
this
slurp my
not
drink.
awkward already?
No, actually, no. I feel quite at home talking to you. You're like one of the first people here that can actually hold a conversation that doesn't feel like I need to shoot my own leg off to walk away from it.
Have you considered shooting your own leg off before?
In a few of these conversations, yes.
I could get you a good replacement.
And one time he dropped in a bomb.
I've always wanted to have a robotic hand or something. That would be cool. I could hide things.
I've not heard of too many people that would willingly seek command, but yes, I do own a cybernetics business.
That is fascinating. Tell me, can they be used for smuggling?
Smuggling?
Yes.
Well, she looks over to M3-XH. Officially on the record, that would be illegal.
We're surrounded by crime lords.
And not crime lords.
And one Imperial droid that is probably recording everything.
Yeah, where's that? I wish a certain someone had brought that big black box he bought the other day to prevent that sort of thing.
So, yeah, Griswold looks over at you and he's like, that thing, well, I'm not certain it actually worked. For all I know, Toby could have full visual and audio records of everything we discussed.
I'm fairly certain, I said to him, that if that were the case, we would probably delete it. I mean, we want to remain friends, right, mon ami?
But if you delete it, then what if you suddenly suffered a fatal accident?
Well, wouldn't we be more likely to suffer one if we had that? That is how things go, eh?
Face palms. Just...
That is why I'm telling you, we have nothing. And trust me, I'm fairly certain you can believe me. Your device was quite efficient.
All right.
Besides, I love the armor you gave me. It is wonderful. partnership we have is great.
Of
Why would
course.
we do anything to, you know,
He like
put
wraps
that
his
on
right
hot
arm
coals?
around Dargo, and he's like, "I look forward to working closely with all of you, but especially you, Dargo. I feel like quite soon we're going to be the best of friends."
Dargo has an involuntary twitch in his ear and says nothing, continues staring out the window at the floating crate dragon squirming around in 0G. Yeah.
I wait for you to look in my direction for at least a second, and then I just sort of give the Bothan signal, and like, light up. It's a party. We need to try and keep people entertained, so this isn't a total disaster.
So there's 3
You
tones.
want to entertain Grimscatter? It's not happening.
Yeah, there's like a.
Don't entertain Grimscatter, then entertain the others.
Okay.
Talk to them.
The announcer lets you know that there's 5 minutes until the crate dragon fight begins.
Ah,
As soon as Dargo is not like right next to Grimscatter, I'm gonna just shoot him a text that just says, "What was her name? Victoria."
Victoria.
Yeah, like just Victoria wants him dead.
Okay. He reads it and immediately deletes the message off of his comm link.
Okay.
I, on the other hand,
But you can see
Arthur,
that he's a little bit more energetic, just slightly, a little bit of fire back in him.
I'm
Yeah,
going to play
how
the
likely is the setup that we're in this room? How likely is it that there could be like, some kind of accident where Grimscatter's pushed into the arena? Maybe
She actually is wearing guns, just
Guns,
to be very
yes.
clear here.
a lot of them.
She's got 6 holdout blasters strapped to her chest, so.
All right. At this moment, I'm going to stand after the 5-minute announcement goes off. I'm going to stand at the front of the crowd and be like, ladies and gentlemen, hello. My name is Coral. I am your host for this evening. I would like to take this opportunity to offer any of you the opportunity that if you wish to place bets on the main event, now would be the perfect opportunity to do so. I will be bringing up someone who can arrange a bookie, and if you wish to, you can correspond all transactions with him.
So Victoria steps forward and just says, "Don't worry about it. I've got it. I'll cover all the bets."
Ah, well, we have a volunteer. If you would all direct your attention to the lovely Victoria, she will handle everything.
So, when you said you were going to get a bookie, Griswold started pulling out a data chip, but then when Victoria does it, he's just puts it back in his pocket.
Yeah, I'm projecting old film of crate dragon attacks, and also the hunters hunting different animals, so people can get all jazzed up while they're betting and hype,
Okay.
building the hype.
The betting is about what you'd expect between, several high-ranking lords of both the over and criminal worlds. But what's most interesting is that M3XH comes up and places a 5,000 credit bet on the Crate Dragon.
It's a lot of credits.
He is.
So the droid kind of turns his head towards you and is acknowledged. For you, 5,000 credits would seem a lot.
Am I close enough to actually? You said mechanics on this to kind of get a technical readout of what this guy is.
Sure.
All right. What's my difficulty here?
One. Oh, so you're doing the technical readout. It's
Mechanics.
It's 1 red, 2 purple. His chassis is partially shielded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's a self-destruct device rigged to a thermal detonator in the center of the droid.
Oh, great.
It's also got a lot of hardware for like physical power. You know, it's got like servo lock actuators and just stuff that would let it move fast and pick heavy objects up. But most importantly, it's also got a deployable jetpack that's rear chest plate mounted.
Okay.
But yeah,
Alright.
it's loaded with, as you might suspect, it's basically an Imperial probe droid that's in a miniaturized chassis.
Okay. And
So
the
it's loaded with all sorts of like broadband electronics.
interesting. So this thermal detonator that's in the middle of its chest. Is that like just a destruct trigger, or is that a? Or, I mean, I guess it can be remotely detonated at will, right?
Yeah. I mean, so like the droid is encrypted so that no one can just be like, "Droid, blow yourself up."
Sure.
But you know, if whoever owns it told it to blow itself up, it could.
Dargo feels like excusing himself from the room and going into the. That would probably look awkward.
Well,
Okay.
we are hosting the party, Dargo.
Yeah.
We could easily slip out for a few seconds, have a little chat, and maybe come back. Maybe not.
Right. I think there is more refreshments on the next room over. Let me go see if I can find them.
Oh, Dargo, let me help you.
Walks
with
into a room and just like supply closet.
So when you're trying to leave, the astromech droid R5-VP
Yeah.
kind of gets in your way and deploys like a shock taser and zzz, and you hear like the doors locking in place.
That's bad.
And the announcer's like, "Everyone, please take your seats. All doors in and out of the facility are being locked just to make sure that the crate dragon doesn't escape."
Of course.
All right. I will sit down and type out a datapad message to
I'm
Toby.
like, yes, I made sure
informing
that
him-
we'd be safely locked inside this room, gents. I hope you're happy with this.
It is probably the safest thing, the safest place any of us could be during this event. We don't know what would go wrong. I mean, those joy hunters are vicious, aren't they not? Their fangs are sharp.
Yeah, those doors are too small for the Great Dragon to get out of. So,
Yeah, they are definitely not for keeping the Great Dragon in.
no. I'm like, okay. Well,
Then
glad if shit goes wrong, I got this brand new armor that's really useful.
Are you wearing your stormtrooper armor
Oh,
to the event?
Of course
Do you have your helmet on?
No.
Okay.
I have it though in a backpack just in case.
all right, I'll type out a quick datapad message to Toby.
And it's been, redone and recolored so it don't look like a stormtrooper.
Ah, of course. You're doing
It has the
something
company
for-
colors, right?
Yeah, it has the company colors.
Orange and blue.
Orange and
Orange and blue. Yep, with a switch that I can flip to go into just gray-ish tones. Camo.
Really? There's a switch that...
Yep.
I don't think you know how paint works.
You don't have switch paint, Arthur?
chameleon laminate, Arthur. Is just like
It's not
rather than
chameleon.
blending into the background, it's just different shades of brightness to like draw your attention to it.
I figured we had the technology in Star Wars.
No,
Like I
but we
said,
can carry around spray paint and just quickly hiss you down.
Okay.
That would probably be more effective.
I figured it was more like I'm thinking Shadowrun where you can
Yeah, they don't have that.
just
They've
It's
established in canon with Star Wars Rebels that spray painting things is a legitimate strategy.
Oh, okay. Well, then I've got cans of spray paint if I need to go camouflage myself.
Oh boy!
Until then,
Standard
I'm
issue
blue
for
and
the
yellow.
utility belt, of course.
It's like a little
Right.
tiny baby spray can.
So would I
Oh,
be
okay.
correct in saying, Arthur, that all of us are unarmed and locked in a room with an assassin droid with a thermal detonator in its chest that could potentially blow the shielding that's keeping us from the crate dragon, and we also have a woman armed to the teeth with holdout blasters.
Yes.
You forgot that Coral's slightly drunk.
Oh yeah, that's true.
thought you
We also
remove
have a
all
little
his blood.
astromech droid that
No, I'm
appears
still
to want
slightly
us.
buzzed.
Right.
I didn't.
Does
Does anyone have any ideas? Because
Yes,
whose
we let
astromech
the
droid
event
is that?
So yeah, when
happen.
you say that, Lady Victus Pella, Lady Pella Victus is like, I assume that it was your droid.
No.
Everybody's just kind of looking around like, it's not mine.
Wait, whose droid? What are we talking about?
the
This is-
black droid with the
No, not the black droid.
No, the astromech droids.
Oh, the astromech.
R5-VP.
Not mine. Not yours.
Whoever it is welcome
Toby-
here to join us for a party. Droids are
Toby-
people too.
When you say that, Coral, it rolls up in front of you and opens the spot on its chassis where you would, where like Luke Skywalker's lightsaber would
Lightsaber.
shoot out, and instead it deploys a bottle of Corellian ale out of that.
Oh my! I like catch it midair.
Yeah, it shoots across the room.
Dargo looks at Grimscatter. Does he seem to recognize this droid?
He's just smiling out the window while everybody else is like, nope, it's not mine. Not mine either.
I go stand next to him if I
Oh,
can. I want to have a
Probably
quiet
his
word,
Yeah,
Arthur.
sure.
And I just say, so about that, pesky wanted.
Oh, well, I
Bounty.
don't think I'll be able to make the entire wanted thing go away, but I'll do what I can. You know, as soon as I have Doggo in my custody,
Oh, I thought you wanted him for a job.
yes, I need him for a job.
I mean, I'm sure you accept it. I mean, you seem like you offer really good opportunities within your corporation.
Oh, yes, it's going to be, and he looks over at Dargo, a great opportunity. I'm just kidding with you, Dargo. Just messing with you. It's going to be amazing.
Dargo's ear flicks. Jax
Fantastic.
recognizes it as a fuck you.
Would you like some of this Corellian ale? I'm happy to share it with you. I'm
Oh,
pretty
no, thank
buzzed
you.
as
I
it
only
is.
drink Corellian whiskey.
Oh, well, more for me, I guess. Not that I need it.
So this is not your droid then?
So he
Suppose
looks
what?
over at the droid. He's like, "Doesn't look like mine, particularly. No.
Now, I don't want to get sexual, Arthur, but I want to interface with this droid if I can.
Okay. All
I'd
right.
be very interested to know who sent a droid with
Our
a
pre-game
taser.
show, two droids fucking. Here you go.
So yeah,
Yeah, but right before your show, everybody. Turn your
as
attention.
as the
You
droid
know-
hunters are like swimming out into the open like marketplace where that's been abandoned. I think that we get the Blitzball song from Final Fantasy X, like the intro song.
Yeah.
And the crate dragon is just like frothing around, and we see like Toby extend his comlink probe and like interlock into the R5 unit, and the R5 is just like, greetings, I am R5-VP designation Vape.
Please lube up before entering computer hive.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, a little WD. Psst, psst. There we go. I'm like, designation Toby, you can call me. I mean, really. Just wondering if you were sent here by someone in particular.
I was sent
Set up.
here by Sleot the Hut.
Oh, yes. Yes, done some work for him myself, actually. Yes. Quite fair to a droid, really, as far as huts go. When was the last time you saw the old boy?
That file has been removed.
Out of character, if a droid's owner is dead, does how do you go about designating a new owner?
By hacking it. I'm gonna try to hack this thing, Arthur.
Okay.
Because we
So
can
here's
use
the
a
thing,
droid.
I don't know that you can, because as a droid, you have like programming against doing something like this.
If only you had someone who could use your interface to hack this thing.
Yeah, that would be. That would
But
be
yeah,
really-
go ahead. We'll try it. I'll just up the difficulty instead. It's gonna be you're hacking the droid. You're directly connected, so it's gonna be 2 purple, and 4 black.
What about a seduction check instead? Does that work?
No,
Because I can help with that.
it's a droid.
Love me tender, love me true. Interface with my back portaloo.
Is there any way where
Okay,
the
no.
datapad comlink connection that Dargo and I have can like
I think that he could
work us
probably
together?
send you some programs to give you like a blue die.
Why don't you use a 4-star? We have 4 of them.
Well, I mean, at the
Oh,
very
yeah,
least,
that's a good idea. What is?
so. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll
I
use
was
a
going to say,
four-star as
like,
well.
you probably have shared our hacking routines enough that Dargo can very easily assist with just based on historical, like
Yeah.
how
So
many times.
instead of Dargo actually assisting, just run a program of
Yeah,
what
like
Dargo
run
would
me
tell
dot-
you to do.
Run
Yeah.
me that just goes and
Dargo does
You
that.
have Dargo fight a mirror match.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Dargo has 4 intelligence and 3 ranks in computers. So whichever is most beneficial to you.
The intelligence, I think. So that gives me, because mine's 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so we use because I have a yellow and a green.
So it'll be 3 green, 1 yellow.
2 green, and then for the force die.
What do you want to do with
it? It doesn't it like lower difficulty or something?
You can raise your own or lower the enemies.
So I can upgrade a green to yet another yellow. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. So 1 green. All right, let's see if this big roll works. If it fucks up.
Yeah.
I think
nice.
you rolled.
I don't know
2
how you fucking
blacks.
passed that. But good job.
That was 4 blacks. Was it supposed to be 4 blacks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you managed to
2 of them were
overcome
blank.
your programming by basically emulating Dargo.
Yeah.
And like spoofing your own software to pretend you're Dargo. And you take 2 points of strain as your programming circuits are like burning out, and there's probably like ozone smell in the area around you. But yeah, you reestablish yourself as the owner of this droid, Toby. It now answers to Dargo.
It now answers to
Answer.
Dargo.
It answers to Toby, right?
Nope,
No,
it answers
'cause
to
he-
Dargo.
He emulated Dargo in the hack. He was running Dargo's tools, so
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, so I like copy the like basic data. It's like, oh, astromech droid, unit this, processor, owner, and Dargo. I send that screenshot over to Dargo's comlink.
There's an
I did it.
involuntary chortle in the general direction of Dargo. System check. I mean, I guess Dargo at this point can just like directly link with data.
Yeah, so while you're looking over the droid in the background, I think we see the Crate Dragon has been pretending to be terrible at floating all this time. As it like hits the wall and then immediately launches itself with its open mouth and eats all 3 of them in just an enormous gulp. But they all had like head cams on, so we get them like trying to cut their way out of it from the inside as they're being like digested, and one of them's like, "Oh, the acid is burning me! Oh God!"
I like pull up my bank account, Arthur, and I'm just looking at it. It's like,
Yeah, after about 30 seconds, 3,000 credits are transferred to you after the confirmed deaths of all 3 of them. And the Crate Dragon is like spewing 0G blood everywhere. It's just like coming out, and it's spiraling, so the blood is just like painting the walls.
I like
Okay,
put in a phone call to someone and just be like, send out the droids. We don't want this thing to die.
Yeah,
You're going
On a
to send
bunch
the
of-
droids to repair its internal organs.
So it survived. It won.
yeah,
And that
it
means
won.
We can have season 2 next month, right?
On all of the screens, there's like Zerka locos for Zerka R&D that are immediately replaced with Victoria and it's like a prepared message that looks like it's dated an hour ago, where Victoria is declaring herself the new owner of the asteroid, and that all existing business will continue as normal, and that they should report to her in her office, and that Sliot the Hut is indisposed.
It's a big body to hide.
He's just disposed, I think.
So, like, Victoria hands you a data pad, Coral, and then just, like, walks out the door as they all unlock as, like, a bunch of droids with your highly illegal crate dragon tranquilizers go out there with, like, automatic trank guns and just start spraying it.
They have like mini guns with trank darts. Just yeah, like,
All right, what does the data pad say?
It's another junk data pad that only has one video file on it.
Okay.
So it's her meeting with Griswold Aurelian Catton, aka Grimscatter, and he's just like, so, as I've mentioned, if I give you this information, you're going to go after him first, and you'll give me time to prepare myself. We can have a nice game then. And she just looks furious, and she's like, very well. I will go after Sliot the Hut first. But don't worry, little boy. I'll be after you shortly. And the video keeps going as she's just like walking down a hall with the camera, and reaches Sliot the Hut's throne room, and pulls out a coin and flips it in the air and is like, Sliot, which do you prefer, head or tail? And Sliot's like, ho 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 ho, Victoria, you're back again. You know that I like tail. Ho 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 ho. And that's when she pulls out a thermal detonator and throws it in his mouth. Yeah, like it explodes messily all over the camera, and she's just like, should have said head. And that's when, it loops back, so it's just like a looping video.
So I think Coral is the only one who's seen this at this point,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
I will just sort of turn it off and be like,
So feel free, guys, to let me in on pretty much everything that's gone on this last half hour, because nobody's talked to me.
Yeah, do we want to have everybody do the Guardians of the Galaxy walk back to the ship and then have a ship meeting?
Nobody.
yeah.
What is it? Is it the armor? Is it repelling women? I don't know.
Just wait. As you're slow motion walking, it's playing No One Man Should Have All That Power by Kanye West. And so you guys are like walking side by side in slow motion. It looks super badass. And then you get to the ship, and the ship's just covered in Vader hose.
cover?
Yeah, probably. I mean, you usually Vader boxes lying out on the desk, apparently.
And I'm just like,
All the public
Soggy
areas look like
Vader
Coral
hose.
lives there.
yeah. And I'm just like, as I walk into the room, I'm just like, so, he looks dead. That's fun.
It appears so, yes. But I'm
He ate a
quite
thermal
curious.
detonator. Yeah, that's fun.
Who fed it? Who fed it to him, chap? It was her, wasn't it?
It was Victoria. Yeah.
And I think she's about to try to feed another one to Grimscatter. She sounded very unhappy up in that party about it.
Well, from this video, it seems like that is the plan. Yeah. Question,
Why
everyone.
didn't she
I have
kill
a
him
question.
already then?
Question for everyone.
Oh,
I feel like
real
we
quick,
should
does
pick
the
a
astromech droid follow us out?
Yeah, now that you mention it, it was there.
Yeah.
Like, I think that you didn't see it, but when you're like, by the way, I have an astromech droid, and it like the camera turns and goes down to the droid, it's looking right back at the camera, like,
Yeah. I'm like, I ran a quick program. It now seems to think that Doggo owns it, which is fine with me. These
Ah.
are
Get a pat on the head. Good
One
old.
of
What is its designator again? R3 VC?
nope, R5-VP.
R5-VB. All right.
Well, I have a quick question and raise of hands. And this will be very simple. We don't need to talk about it because the more we talk about it, the more real it becomes. Who wants to side with the Circle Corporation? Grim Scatter, raise your hand.
Dargo raises his hand.
All right,
I'm
good.
like-
You had me confused for a
Oh,
second
boy.
there. Who wants to side with Victoria? Raise your hand.
Yep, hand raised. We.
Uh,
I think
Dargo, which one are you voting on, man? You voted for Grimscatter?
Yes, Victoria.
You voted for. Oh, Victoria, cool. All right then. I make a phone call to Victoria right now.
Okay.
I.
You get like a waiting
wait.
message, and it's like, you are on hold for 7 minutes.
1 second, please, Carl. You
Are there?
notice
Is there any? Oh, sorry, I didn't
It's
mean to
got
talk to
some
you
like,
before.
it's got some Coruscanty new jazz on.
Love this song.
I'd like to point out the beginning of the video where it says that she gave him some sort of information in return for not killing him immediately.
Oh, this is why we're teaming up with her, so we can kill this guy.
Is there anything on this droid that would be of benefit, or in like, I ran a systems check on the droid as soon as I acquired him. So
Yes. So the droid is an astromech droid.
okay.
It doesn't have any specialized software for anything other than calculating nav courses.
And popping champagne out of its head, which is a neat trick. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
Come in
I
handy,
mean,
I'm
it's got
quite sure.
like all astromech droids. It has that built in there, but someone apparently built a small refrigerator on the inside of it.
Mes
I like
amis,
this droid.
mes amis, please, can we address my question?
Yes,
Well,
What?
what's the problem?
I think I know it's. Well, I mean, there was quite a bit of odd stuff going on there. I mean, we had
You noticed the
Sliot's been
fact
taken
that...
out, right?
Yes, that is not the question I asked. The beginning of the video said that in exchange for some sort of information, she would not kill him immediately. What that information is incredibly valuable to know. If there's any way we could find it out without going about it by trying to hack it.
We could just ask her. I mean, I don't see why not.
She handed you the datapad and left out that bit probably for a reason. is what
Probably
I'm
be-
getting at.
Well, I mean, fuck, we could just ask her. What's the harm? She already showed us the other parts. I mean, we already know her intentions. It's like, come on, man. Have a little faith.
Yeah, that's when your call connects. And Victoria Core, this is Victoria.
Hello, Victoria. This is Cora. We met at the party.
Yes.
I just want to let you know your video was very enlightening. I would like to become your friend, please.
I thought we already were friends, Coral.
I know. I meant friends. Huh? You know, business people, friends.
Our
No,
negotiator
we-
is
So
terrible at
you-
Like HoloNet and chill friends, or
I get the
like what are you talking?
feeling you're just winking like at this like phone that you have. Like, you know, there's no video. You're just talking, but you're winking at this this blank screen.
Maybe.
Yeah.
As I said, I told your comrades, we'll have jobs for you soon.
Oh. Well, I was
Bounty
hoping
hunting
that
jobs.
bounty hunting jobs.
Bounty hunting jobs. I'll be
That's-
sending a specialist your way.
Oh boy. Is he nice? Is she
Some-
nice? Is it a she?
It's a he.
I prefer a she.
Don't suppose you could
Shit.
send
She's just like, you're going to tell me what you prefer the day after my son died. I'm a little busy taking over Sliot's empire. I'll make sure to put your wishes somewhere at the bottom of my list, however.
Oh, lovely. One other thing. Do you need help taking out the trash?
No. I've
Oh.
already ejected Sliot's buddy towards the sun.
No. I get that he's trash, but I meant the more smelly trash. It's still alive.
The station trash compactors are working fine, thank you. I didn't know you were experienced in that area, however. If I need to hire your group to do
No.
maintenance...
I literally mean Zerka Corporation.
Ah, yes, Griswold. Well,
Griswold, yeah, that.
don't worry about Griswold. I'll be dealing with him myself.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to see if you wanted help. Because we have some people on my crew that are very interested in seeing him no longer breathing.
So, she turns toward the camera and says, I want to be very clear here, Coral. Are you listening to me right now?
I'm always listening.
Excellent. I will deal with Griswold Aurelian Catton myself. And anyone who kills him before me is going to die extremely slowly.
You hear that, Doggo? You can't kill him!
Yes.
Yeah, I break both Dargo's hands to
You
prevent
hear that?
So that's fine. Glad to be working with you.
Excellent.
We won't kill him before you do. If he has a clone, though, appreciate you sending it Dargo's way. I know he would love to
Clones.
kill.
There haven't been any clones since the Clone Wars.
I mean, he has a lot of money, so yeah, great party.
Is there anything else, Mr. Twin Tails? She hangs up the connection.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say anything else anyway. Boop. Okay, Dago, looks like you're off the hook, buddy. Yay.
Not quite.
Oh, why not? He seems to be dead, so what's the problem? Well, going to be
Sliot
dead.
is dead.
Yeah.
Grimscatter is not.
He's about to be, though.
Grimscutter is a resourceful person, you know.
I don't
dangerous.
know. Maybe she'll send us a video of another thermal detonator in the anus this time.
Grimscatter pushes the button to issue contracts on Dargo's entire family. He says in the third person.
There's both that. And do not forget, Coral, Grimscutter is far more resourceful than Victoria realizes. I'm not sure she knows that he is Grimscutter. He has power she does not know about. That is something that might be of interest to her, as you know.
What about? 1 second. I'm thinking. Got a plan. Why don't you use your computer Dublawackies there, Dargo, and you get in contact with Grimscar's... Man, he has such a dumb criminal name. Tin Tails is so much better. But why don't you get in contact with his father and see if you can somehow magically get back his stuff? Well, not magically, computerly.
Magically get back... You want me to redirect... You want me to...
Put the power back into his father's hands. That way you remove all the power from him, and then you don't have any problems, right?
Yes, that sounds incredibly simple and could probably be done in a couple of seconds. No, you know, I have
redirect the majority ownings of a company to
another person.
Yes, to another person.
Yes, in Hollywood movies have taught me that that takes about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
No, see, what I wanted to address, Coral, here is the fact that we do not know if Victoria realizes that Griswold is the notorious hacker Grimscutter. And if she doesn't... I'm
more interested in what Grimscutter promised her.
I know. I'm also interested in that. But I am wondering if that is information she would like to have and would perhaps be very, very grateful.
Well, wouldn't she already know it because she was there in person?
Yes, that's why I thought we were all there together, but I mean, it could actually be, and that he's right. I mean, we don't have definitive. It was just a bunch of... I mean, from the tones of voice, yes, but we can't be sure. I mean, I'm fairly sure that they were dealing with each other, so... I mean, unless he was really fooling her the whole time and saying, oh yes, I'm just Zerka Core, and we're doing business deals, and that's all it is.
He
I mean-
seems to have been able to do that to a lot of people.
He does, but I highly doubt that she would be ignorant of that and go through all these deals with him without knowing.
What? She's gone through one deal with him. as
Oh
far
no,
as-
no, because the second deal was that she would not kill him, right? So she must know. She was like, I won't kill you, on the tape. So she knew it was him. But why wouldn't she just? I'm not sure why
I think
she didn't kill him.
So I disappear into my bedroom, Arthur.
I think that's about the time that the break screen comes up. Da-da-da, da-da-da. We'll be back in... What time is it? We'll be back in like 7 minutes for the second half.
Wait.
Stay tuned,
8 p.m.
folks.
EDT?
Yes. 8 p.m. EDT is our normal start time.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Everyone, follow, like, subscribe, press buttons. If you're new to the show and you want to watch all of the old episodes, click on the YouTube below. There's Twitch names for both Henley and Zircon5. Check them out because they do other stuff and they're hilarious. And they have a game together on Saturday that no one invited me to, you sons of bitches.
You're always busy when we
That's
play
true.
these
I
games.
am. Yeah, we'll be back
I've
shortly.
invited you before, and you're always like,
I know.
Shit, man. I'm like, fine.
I know.
Fine.
It's true.
Fine.
We can get you in